This is actually something that I saw from the WNBA, and I thought this was so interesting. So they actually started a player gravity chart where they're kind of ranking players based on their gravity on the floor. And this is how the WNBA defines it. They said gravity quantifies how much a player pulls defenders towards them above expected, essentially measuring how much attention they draw compared to what the spacing on the floor predicts. And we've talked about gravity so much, especially when it comes to Caitlin Clark and just how other teams have to change their defensive strategies, how she's picked up 94 feet, how obviously she can shoot from the logo. And we see that even in the NBA when you talk about a Luka or when you talk about a Wemby, just how much the game changes when they are on the floor. When you talk about a Stephen Curry, and especially in the 2015, 16, 17 era when Steph Curry was just at his peak and he was shooting those long bombs, and we hadn't seen a player like that before. So I want to share with you guys the current list and some of these top players. So Sonia Citron is actually at the top of this list. Marina Mabrey, then Kayla McBride, then Ryan Howard, then Kalia Copper. I thought that this was so interesting because Caitlin Clark is far down this list. And I think when we think about gravity, we think that she is that number one player because of how many teams shift their defenses to adapt to Caitlin. But what I thought was so interesting about this equation that they're kind of using, so they have on-ball gravity and then they have off-ball gravity. I will also preface this by saying any player who is a threat from the three-point line or beyond is going to demand gravity, because even if you're a role player sitting in the corner, but your role on the team is to hit three-pointers, then a defender is always going to be out there, and that's gravity. That is gravity.